This is an antique toy piano I recently bought with a unique manufacturing defect that makes it pretty much impossible to play.
What the heck is this?
I'm disassembling it to try and figure out what happened, and at the end, doing my best to play a real song on it. So over in the town where my family lives, there's a huge antique shop that's fun to explore and always has the most random things, from anarchist Snoopy to a certificate of participation in the Civil War right next to a Shrek backpack. But this one day when I was looking around, I saw a little toy piano that for a moment broke my brain, so I immediately had to buy it. The piano had 2 middle Cs. So what exactly does that mean? Here's the simplest way I think I can explain it. On a normal piano, there's a constant cycle of notes that all the piano keys go through. Every so often, the notes will sound the same, just higher or lower. One complete cycle of the notes is the length of a pair of 2 and a pair of 3 black keys. So a pianist can always find notes in the same spot in the cycle by where they are in relation to the black keys. The white note in the middle of the pair of 2 black keys, always gonna sound the same. The black note at the top of the pair of 3 black keys, always gonna sound the same as well. And when pianists sit down at a piano, the starting point for orienting your hands where they need to be is generally a note called middle C. It's the note right below the pair of 2 black keys in the center of the keyboard. One of the first hand positions beginner pianists typically learn is the middle C position, where the hands are positioned like this. So when my hand tries to figure out where to go on this piano, it's stuck in a loop. Do I go here or here? It doesn't matter which one is supposed to be middle C, either the top or the bottom of the keyboard is going to be 1 key off. Keys that should be black will now be white, and vice versa. It's like if you're at a job that requires you to type quickly, and then one day you come in and the keyboard has all the keys on the left-hand side rearranged to be 1 letter off. It's going to be impossible to type at a normal speed until you completely relearn the muscle memory of the positions of the letters. And when I actually sat down to try and play this piano, I found even more problems.
So there are a couple of things immediately interesting and sort of amusing about this piano. One, obviously that you've got 2 middle Cs here, but also once you actually start to play it, the tuning is peculiar. So, in addition to these keys kind of sticking all over the place, not only is it like completely out of tune, you've got these 2 notes that are just off from everything else, and then you've also got, in the highest notes, you hear 2 notes going on. You've got the normal high pitch, but then you've also got an octave undertone. You can hear lower pitches coming out of the topmost notes compared to the bottom notes. This double middle C configuration, my hands don't even know really where to go if I'm trying to actually play a song. I'm looking at it as like, okay, how do I get out of this? If I want to avoid middle C, then maybe I could go to like G, but then this is off. At least it's supposed to be like a couple notes. So that's not even gonna sound close. I mean, if I try playing like there's no way to play anything. Okay, we can play one song at least. I was gonna try and play the Jaws theme there, but it doesn't even work with that note. Okay, there's 2 songs. What else can we play with like no notes? This piano defies all reason.
Naturally, I had to take this thing home to some of my younger siblings who also play the piano to see what their reaction would be.
Aw, it's so cute. Does this thing actually work? This isn't even a piano. What is this? Is this like a kid's toy or something?
Do you notice anything wrong with it?
Well, I mean, it has too few keys.
There's only 18 white keys? Jeez.
Try and get in middle C
Oh,
position.
wait, what the heck?
Where's middle C?
What is this garbage? Look at this. This isn't even built right. Who built this?
It's probably going to be like tuned really weird because they put the 2 sets of black keys next to each other.
Why do you think it would be made like that?
I don't know, because it wouldn't have been hard to make it the right way. It still would have fit on the keyboard.
Can you try playing a song on it?
Not really, but...
Give it your best shot.
Wait, what?
Do you know any songs you could try playing on it?
I could do Mary Had a Little Lamb. Doesn't even sound right. I mean, for one thing, the keys all stick down.
What the heck?
What do you think of this piano overall?
It sucks. It's like one of those kids' toys that you find. It's like little cheap plastic, and then you go like, and it makes like weird sounds, like ding, 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 ding.
So what would you rate this piano out of 5 stars?
1, because you can't actually play on it. I mean, all the keys stick and like it's not even in tune or anything like that.
This is so messed up, weird, dumb. What? Why is there a sticker of like evil? What the heck is this? This is so dusty. I can write my name on it.
All right, so now we're gonna attempt to open this thing up and see what's inside. The things I'll be interested to find out are, 1, is there a sign that there was a mistake based off of the internal structure of the board or anything? The second thing I'll be looking for is what's causing those 2 weird notes. What I think is, I'm not experienced in toy pianos or taking them apart. What I think is going on is you've got, a couple of little metal bars that are sort of suspended that are being plunked on, and then these ones are kind of stuck on something. And then I don't even know with the ones that are causing the lower pitches, maybe they're vibrating off of something inside that's giving them extra low pitch. Yeah, I think there's gonna be some questions that will hopefully be answered. Let's start by unscrewing the top. Uh-oh. I just heard something seriously dislodge inside. Now nothing's playing. Oh my goodness, these screws have not been undone in so long. All right, here we go. Okay, so we've got the back of the board here, and then we have the metal rods that are struck. So it would appear that I need to just reset all of these. Then, this thing was at an angle like this. Okay, so I've managed to work out this is how it was originally in there. But one thing I can immediately notice is if I just shift the bar a little bit away from the wood, we no longer get those undertones. It was screwed on a little bit funky. That meant that this bit of the metal over here was touching slightly with the wood of the piano, whereas the other side was not. It was a little bit crooked. So that's one mystery solved. Now let's try and figure out what's going on with those 2 notes that are just completely cockamamie. So it's these 2 ones, and I think I do see something. I'm gonna have to take in a camera for a close. So what's going on here is those 2 notes that are funky, which are this one and this one, have their pegs a little bit further forward than all the other ones. I don't know if we can fix this, but we're gonna try. The weird thing is that I can hear that it's off just by striking it. And the other thing I notice, their metal rod is just a little bit darker than the other ones. Could be that they were made out of a different material or they were replacements. They even feel different too. So that's one curious thing about the piano. And now let's take a look at what the heck's going on with the build of the 2 middle seats. So I'm just gonna flip all these flippers down. So there's another interesting thing that I'm immediately noticing by looking at the back of these piano keys is that there's little felt tips attached, to absorb the hits when they come back down, but that they're colored white and black, just like the keys, but they don't actually really correspond to the notes. So I'm just gonna do a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 18 white notes. And there are 13 white felt tips. There's 12 black notes and 17 black felt tips. So obviously anybody playing this piano is not ever going to see these felt tips, but I have to wonder, what was their purpose? So I'm thinking they had to have meant to have been associated with the different white and black keys in the creation or the manufacturing. Otherwise, why have 2 colors? Why not just have them all be green or all be white or all be whatever, felt you can get your hands on? But then why do they not correspond at all? Okay, so I'm trying to look at this to see if there's any sort of pattern. And the only pattern I can really see is that there's 1 black and then 2 black and then another 1 and 2 black up here. And then there's 4, 3, 4. Again, that doesn't seem to correspond with any actual configuration of white and black keys you would get. Like, there are elements of it. This is just giving me another mystery. I've solved maybe one of the 3 mysteries that I had before opening this thing up. And now I've just gained another one. I could scientifically try and deduce some things by trying to get some other pianos very similar made by the same company as this on the internet and, you know, see what was different. Was there no quality check? Like usually, I don't know, do you have quality checks on these type of things? Does someone like actually sit down and like, or are they just like, nah, it's a child's toy piano? But again, if that was the attitude, then why is every other toy piano I've seen not have that glaring error? Yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to buy, you know, more of these pianos. I already felt like I got a deal with this one.
$50? What? Who would spend $50 on this piece of junk?
But the second option I have is making this video. Do any of you guys have toy pianos or have parents or grandparents with toy pianos that are like this? Do you guys know, or do you guys have a clue to the answer to the mystery? Now I gotta try and reassemble the whole thing so I can continue having it. All right, let's try and put this back together. And it's back to normal.
So this piano has tormented me long enough. It's time to attempt a legitimate song on it. I've studied and mapped out all the notes, including the 2 high ones. I wanted to be able to use them somehow. And I chose a song I think I can play on it from my heritage, the anthem Scotland the Brave. Maybe there's a hidden reason why I wear plaid all the time. Anyways, let's give it my best shot. And there you have it. Hope you enjoyed my descent into madness with this thing. If you'd like to check out some more deep dives and experiments with musical stuff, I have a playlist here. Thank you to my patrons, and I'll see you next time.